Okay, it should work now. Yeah. Yeah, it should be working now. Yeah, it's fixed. I fixed it, I think. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, everybody. Alright, user status fixed. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I messed up on something, but I got a new light fixture. I can actually change it. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Look at that. What do you guys think of the new thing here? I can do red, white, purple, yellow, blue, red. I'll probably keep it on red for now or something. Yeah, red seems fine. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Is the music too loud? Because I can always change it. I can make it turn it down. I can turn it down if you guys want. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a few things today. Yeah, definitely. Setting the mood is the greatest thing. All right. I have a plan. If I can show you, this is the video we're going to be watching right here. Yeah. So. Oh, turn just a bit down. Okay, let me do that real quick. Let's see here. Audio. No, that's this one right here. Okay, that should be good. What's up, Cody Joe? How you doing, man? Good evening, brother. It's dude, it's like 1:41 for me. I'm from Kentucky, like I mean, I've known you and Dead Appalachia server for a while, so yeah, it's pretty early for me. It's in the afternoon. But yeah. We're gonna start the video soon. So just reading chat like this, it should show it right there. I can see it on my phone. Good evening from the I think users from Kentucky as well. That's pretty cool. But I've got a video we're gonna be watching. This is kind of like every Sunday. My plan is to stream. So, yeah. Oh, good. I moved house. Oh, you moved your house, and I'm now so freaking tired. I can't get to horses for 2 weeks. Oh, you're cheering me up, man. Oh yeah. Quality of a 2 million YouTuber subs on a small channel, for real. Yeah. I could do the stream a bit better, but I mean, I appreciate that, guys. You're making me blush, bro. But yeah, Williamsburg. I've heard of that place, Williamsburg, Kentucky. Is that? I'm from. I shouldn't really dox myself, but I'm near. I'm about. The best I can say is about 45 minutes away from Waverly Hills Sanatorium. So. Oh, you went to Kentucky. Oh, sick, dude. Oh, yeah, Kentucky is pretty cool. It's a great place to live. You got the Appalachian Mountains, and then you got all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, I've got a video here. If you guys want to watch it with me. So just tell me when you guys are ready, or whatever you guys want to do. We can watch this video if you guys want to. Just gotta drink some Mountain Dew. Because it's delicious. It gets me energized. No, it's a rip-off Mountain Dew, not Mountain Dew, but you know. Oh, State Line, Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, you're down south, man. Oh, sick. All right. So you can't see anything right now, but there's a video here, so it'll be here in a second. All right. Brother, what are we getting into already, dude? I didn't even watch this beforehand, so. Oh, wow. I'm so dumb, bro. Let me get the video audio output capture out. Give me a second. I don't want existing. Let's see if this works. And then I'll mute. Yeah, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right.
And right next to it is a smaller boat sitting roughly 100 feet away. In
restart it.
2014, an abandoned cell phone was found in the back seat of a taxi in Fiji. When a passenger found it, they started looking through its contents to figure out who it belonged to. In the camera roll, they found a roughly 10-minute video. It was pixelated handheld footage shot from the deck of a large vessel somewhere in the open ocean. The video captured a gruesome mass killing which would take years before the man responsible for it was ever found. Now, the first few minutes of the footage have been scrapped from the internet, but from what I could gather, they showed the deck of a ship with people yelling in multiple languages. Beyond that, another ship is...
Now, what I get from that is that's probably pirates, dude, because you get those a lot and down near Mexico.
Visible nearby. And right next to it is a smaller boat sitting roughly 100 feet away. At first, nothing happens. The video plays out normally, but a few seconds later, one of the larger vessels suddenly accelerates and slams directly into the smaller boat, flipping it over and throwing the crew into the ocean without life jackets. As the men clung to pieces of debris, a man started shouting from somewhere aboard the ship, giving commands in Mandarin to shoot the drowning men. What followed was a savage massacre with 40 rounds of bullets fired throughout the duration of the video, killing one man after the other. Even when one of the men tried to surrender by raising both of his arms, he was immediately shot in the back of the head.
God!
After the shooting stopped, the camera kept rolling, and it showed...
Look at that dumb, bro. They're smiling. Look at them. Hold up. Give me a second.
After the shooting stopped, the camera kept rolling, and it showed crew members...
Look, he's bro smiling. Look at this
on
dude.
deck laughing and posing for selfies beside each other, as if what had just happened was nothing new to them.
That's crazy.
The video of unknown...
Why are they so happy, bro? Oh my god!
Building high-performing websites.
Sorry, bro. I hate ads. They're so annoying.
Origins was uploaded to YouTube, where it circulated for months before reaching authorities. The footage was eventually found by journalist Ian Urbina, an investigative reporter for the New York Times at the time and founder of the Outlaw Ocean Project, a journalism group that investigates lawlessness, human rights abuses, and environmental crimes at sea. Ian launched a months-long investigation into the footage and worked with maritime crime researchers to trace its origin. At first, nobody knew which ship the footage came from, where the shooting had taken place, or who the men in the water were. But after analyzing the video more closely, it showed enough of the surrounding vessels to give investigators somewhere to start. The shooting had taken place on September 29, 2012, with 4 fishing vessels at the scene. A maritime research group compared the ships visible in the footage against global vessel databases and
a pirate would be cool to do, but I mean, back then, sorry about the pause, but you know, back then, I feel like a pirate would be fun, as Zero Bag would said. You know, like if I was a pirate, you know, it'd be so free if you think about it and close your eyes. Like you'd have those islands everywhere. If anybody hasn't played that game called Sea of Thieves, you know, that's a really cool game. It sets the mood and stuff.
Identified the filming vessel as Ping Shin 101, which sailed under a Taiwanese flag. That discovery completely changed the direction of the investigation. Under maritime law, a ship sailing under a country's flag is subject to that country's jurisdiction, even in international waters. Which meant the people responsible for investigating the massacre should have been the Taiwanese government. Eventually, the Taiwanese government released an official statement explaining what had happened, or at least what seemed like the explanation at the time. According to them, the men in the water were Somali pirates who had fired on a fishing fleet, and the shooting was an act of self-defense. The incident had taken place in a part of the Indian Ocean that was infested with Somali pirates during the early 2010s. So the fishing vessels operating there routinely carried armed private security for protection. This was a believable explanation, but looking closely, it had some holes. The first problem was that nothing in the footage showed the men in the water carrying any firearms, so there was nothing indicating that they were pirates. And when analysts examined the debris floating around them, it did not look like the type of vessels Somali pirates were typically known to use. However, the contradiction that finally broke the official story came from inside the ship itself. In 2016, a private investigator tracked down 2 Filipino crew members from the Ping Shin 101, Aldrin and Maximo. Maximo was one of the men seen posing for selfies on deck after the shooting.
Yeah, they're going on a full-on hunt at this point, dude. Jesus. Hold up.
And his testimony directly contradicted what Taiwanese officials had said. They didn't have any guns, only fishing equipment on their boat. It was wrong, people getting shot, but there was nothing I could do about it. Using witness accounts, along with analysis of the voice heard over the loudspeaker, investigators were able to identify the man giving the shooting orders as the ship's captain, a Chinese national named Wang Fengyu. Wang had ordered 2 Pakistani security.
Imagine being called Wang, bro. Jesus. What is the vid called again? This vid is 5 most disturbing cases of real found footage. And if you're talking about the video that I'm making, it's what's it called? I'm going to be hunting the hillbilly beast this Sunday, so it'll be posted tomorrow. But today I'm filming it at around 7 o'clock EST, something like that.
Guards aboard the vessel to open fire on the men as they floated in the water. When it was over, at least 10 men were dead. But despite dozens of witnesses across the surrounding ships, no maritime law required any of them to report what they'd just seen. So, no one did. The bodies were never recovered, and for nearly 2 years, the killings went completely unreported, and was only ever discovered because of the footage found on the phone left behind in the taxi. By the time investigators identified the Ping Shin 101 in 2015, the ship had already sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and there was nothing left to examine for evidence. But the most disturbing detail of the case wasn't the shooting itself, it was what had happened just before it. According to Aldrin's interviews, the shooting in the video was not an isolated incident. Roughly 5 days earlier, Wang had taken the Ping Shin 101 to join 3 other fishing vessels in attacking a small sailboat. The ships circled the boat together, terrorizing its crew before taking turns ramming it until it overturned and sank.
Imagine being
the unarmed men were then thrown into the water while they screamed, "No Somali, no pirates." Wang ordered the 2 Pakistani guards to open fire, and when they hesitated, he came down from the bridge, took a machine gun from one of them, and brutally shot the men.
Yes, I am making fun of his name. If I was called Wang, bro, you know, I'd have to immediately get a name change when I'm 18. Well, I'm 18 right now, but you know. Yeah, exactly, Zero Bag. Who films their crimes like this? You know, the dude, it's like one of those Omegle people or whatever you see online, those brain rot people who go on Omegle and film crimes, or like those streamers on Kick, they film crimes and stuff. It's so dumb.
Himself. Between the 2 attacks, more than 30 people were violently murdered. However, when Wang was eventually arrested in August 2020, almost 8 years after the mass killing, only 4 deaths could be proven. And after multiple appeals over the years, Taiwan's Supreme Court confirmed his 26-year sentence in January 2025. Unfortunately, the men who died have never been identified, and no bodies were ever recovered. But none of this answered the real question: why had Wang actually done it? His official story was the one Taiwanese authorities gave to the press. The men were pirates, and the shooting was self-defense.
I told you, bro. I told you, there were pirates. There is no way they weren't pirates. You know, brother. They're pirates, bro. 100%. Let's be fair. These people film their crimes, and modern law enforcement's happy place. Yeah, I agree, Cody. These people filming their crimes are modern law enforcement's happy place. Yeah, but this pirates.
But almost nothing about that story held up. His own crew told investigators the men in the water had no weapons. And even the Taiwanese court that accepted Wang's pirate claim convicted him of murder, because once the men were in the water, they couldn't fight back. So what was his reason? Digging deeper, there lies a darker explanation. The Ping Shin 101 had reportedly been illegally poaching off Somalia.
The collapse of Somalia's last functioning government in 1991 left 3,330 kilometers of coastline of prime fisheries unguarded. Foreign fishing fleets took advantage. Despite efforts by the Somali fishermen to deter them. Some of these fleets paid gunmen to warn off these fishermen. Oh, so it's a paid assassination, basically.
Somalia, stealing its fish. Maritime experts believe the surge of piracy attacks against foreign vessels in that region during the early 2010s wasn't really piracy at all. It was Somali fishermen pushing back against foreign ships stealing the fish they depended on for.
Oh, I see. So the fishermen, it's like if you put a, it's like if North Korea comes to the U.S. and tries to raid. It's like if this is a bad analogy, but it's like if the North Korea comes to the U.S. and tries to raid it, you're gonna see a bunch of rednecks fighting back. It's basically what's happening here. The fishermen are protecting their area from pirates, so they're getting paid for it. I think that's what it is.
Survival, which meant the men Wang killed may not have been pirates at all, but local fishermen confronting one of the foreign vessels stealing from their waters. Sadly, to this day, no one knows who those victims were or whether anyone is still waiting for them to come home.
Okay, so that's the end of that.
What could you do with a metal 3D
brother.
printer? Introducing the Metal X.
All right.
The easiest
Another
way.
ad. You know, ads are getting annoying at this point. What do you guys think of the stream so far? Is it good? Is it nice? What do you guys think? We could do this more often. I'm testing this to see if we can do it more. So, what's your guys' opinions? For now, while the stream delay happens, I'm going to eat my chicken noodle soup. Yeah, we don't need Army, the good old boy scout. Yeah, definitely, dude. Gaming. Yeah, stream's good. Yeah, all right, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, let's keep going then.
On the morning of April 22nd,
right.
2012, firefighters
Hell
in
yeah.
North Bend, Washington responded to smoke coming from a quiet suburban home on Southeast 159th Street. By the time firefighters put out the fire, it had only reached the kitchen. As they searched the house, they realized the fire was cover for something much darker. Inside the bedrooms, they found 41-year-old Lynette Keller and her 18-year-old daughter Kayleen, both shot in the head. 7 gas containers were spread throughout the house, and a plastic gas can had been placed on an electric stove with the burner turned on. Someone had
Jesus.
clearly wanted this entire home to burn to the ground, but the fire was stopped before it could finish the job. The only person missing from the scene was the husband and father, Peter Keller. It was
the husband 100% that did this.
the quiet 41-year-old who worked at a computer refurbishing store where his boss described him as an excellent employee, and close relatives knew him as a good father and a loving husband. Peter had no criminal record and no history of violence. The only thing slightly unusual about Peter was that he liked to go on long weekend hikes by himself. But as investigators would soon find out, those hikes were covering up something Peter had been building for nearly 8 years. During their investigation, officers found an unlocked safe in one of the rooms. Inside were hand-drawn blueprints for an underground structure and hundreds of photographs documenting its construction. Along with this, there were hard drives where officers found footage Peter had recorded of himself just weeks earlier. This footage proved crucial in the initial investigation. In one of the clips, Peter can be seen walking through dense forest, talking about finally bringing some kind of project to an end.
Jesus, he planned this.
Well, it's about 2 weeks before the end. This is going to be my last
I'm done,
video.
bro. This guy said I'm not done, but bro said it's like he's in an edit or something. Look, read this again.
For the end.
Bro literally said the end. That's crazy. That's crazy. He planned this attack.
This is going to be my
insane.
last video. Probably before till after that.
He was speaking as if he'd been stockpiling large amounts of supplies somewhere, preparing for the moment when he could stop going back and forth.
I have about 3 loads left before the final. Been doing pretty good lately, getting about 2 loads up a week.
Just looks like an average dad. You would never expect this.
About 100 pounds
Yeah.
each week now of supplies and material.
To investigators, the end Peter was referring to was likely the murder of his wife and daughter, followed by the fire he set to erase the evidence. And the photographs and blueprints recovered from the house showed where the plan was supposed to lead next. An underground bunker somewhere in the Cascade Mountains, which was just a few miles from his North Bend home. Based on the way he spoke in the videos, investigators had every reason to believe that wherever this bunker was, Peter was probably hiding inside it at that moment.
Basically, I can last months up here without ever leaving. I've got propane, gasoline,
Jesus!
soap, all supplies.
He's smiling as
So,
well. Look at him. He's
really
excited.
sad right
This is
now.
ridiculous.
The problem was that it could have been anywhere in or near the Cascade
Yeah,
Mountain area.
an
But without
underground
an exact
bunker.
location, that still left them with 30 to 40 miles of dense woods and dozens of possible hills where Peter could have disappeared. For the next few days, there were no meaningful leads. However, on April 26, after 4 days of searching and sifting through evidence, investigators found a blurry photograph recovered from the Keller house. It was among the few pieces of evidence the fire had failed to destroy. The image appeared to have been taken from inside the bunker, looking out through the trees. In the distance, investigators could make out power lines and the rooftops of what would later be identified as the North Bend Premium Outlets. Around the same time, they received a tip from hikers who had seen Peter's red 1994 Toyota pickup at the Rattlesnake Ridge trailhead weeks earlier. Together, those two clues narrowed the search to a specific stretch of mountain about 4 miles from the trail. On April 27th, 36 SWAT officers began climbing the ridge. After 7 hours of searching through the steep forest, they finally found the bunker. But even after locating it, officers still didn't know exactly where Peter was inside. So they surrounded the bunker and fired tear gas in, and moments later, Peter responded with gunshots from the darkness. The standoff lasted 22 hours before officers
22 hours. Yeah, I know, bro. This is insane. Like,
used explosives to blow a hole through the roof. Inside, on the lower level, they found Peter dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
wow.
Reviewing the footage, this is something Peter had prepared for.
At this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I may get caught right away. Basically, if I get caught, I'm just going to myself. So,
Brother.
I mean, I could basically be in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. It's all up to chance at this point. So, I don't think anyone knows where I'm at. But if they put it together, who knows? At this point, I have to take that chance.
The handgun found beside his body was the same one he used to kill Lynette and Kayleen. Inside the bunker, officers found enough food and water to last months, along with weapons, body armor, and tens of thousands of dollars in cash. Peter had stored everything he thought he would need for the outlaw life he'd been planning for years.
Wow.
We're one of the only social
But why would he kill them, though? That's what I don't get.
media agencies that guarantees 1 million views,
Yeah.
or you don't even pay. But honestly, that is just kind of what we say from our.
I'm getting
You
to
could
the
have
point
just
where
left unnoticed.
just trying to live.
Fun fact, the government, I shouldn't say it. Never mind.
And pay bills and live as a civilian and go to work. It just freaks me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, just taking what I want for as long as I can.
He robbed banks, pharmacies, and stuff. Jeez, man.
At least it'll be exciting.
At least he saved the tax payers dollars by not going to trial. Wild. Yeah.
Won't be boring. And I don't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen. And everything will be taken care of. It'll just be me.
Now, a natural question that comes to mind is why? Why go through all that trouble to destroy his family and get away from them? Based on the evidence, investigators believe Peter wanted to disappear and start a new life far away from the responsibilities of a husband and a father. His wife Lynette and daughter Kayleen were
That's messed up, man. That is messed up.
obstacles to this fantasy.
Well, before, a while ago, I used to sit here and think, this whole thing is just crazy at times, and then I'd think about it, and it would make sense, and it's like, okay, this is what I gotta do. But, now, I guess with time, I just think that way all the time. that this is what I got to do. I don't even question it anymore. It just seems like everything makes so much sense now.
After the case was officially closed, Lynette's
Dude, he actually made a bunker. That's wild, man. That's insane.
family used the money recovered from the bunker, along with the rest of Peter's estate.
Dude. He had to have dug that out with a shovel, because there's no way he would have done it with an excavator or something. You can't get back there like that.
To establish the Kayleen Keller Memorial Scholarship Fund at DeJapen Institute.
New scholarship fund set up by in honor of Kayleen and Lynette Keller. I don't know what... I mean, I respect the... Yeah, the dedication is insane, but it's still crazy. It's still messed up. Posted Friday, July 13, 2012 at 1... Yeah. Janae Gustafson.
Institute of Technology. The same school Kayleen had been hoping to join before her father decided to end that dream.
Wow. Okay, we got
Highway
another one.
1 is one of California's most scenic coastal routes, carrying drivers along narrow...
You know, one place I probably would never want to go to is California. But if I think about it, up north in the woods, that's the most beautiful part. And the coast. Those are two of the most beautiful parts. Yeah, shows what mindset it was in. 100%.
Narrow stretches of road where the Pacific sits just beyond the shoulder. On the morning of December 30th, 2019,
Dude, that is cool looking.
a man named Philip
Oh, look at that right there. That biker. I know a lot of bikers that like to go to California.
Ledesma had been driving north
It's such long roads along the coast. It's just one of those things people love to do.
bound near Gray Whale Cove when he witnessed one of the most bizarre car accidents. Shortly after 10:30 a.m.,
Jeez.
he called 911 to report that he had just watched a vehicle fly off one of those cliffs in San Mateo County.
Holy.
Officers arrived within 20 minutes and found tire tracks at the edge of the highway leading toward a drop of roughly 40 feet into the Pacific. But below it, there was absolutely no evidence of a vehicle or driver for officers to recover. With nothing in the water and only Philemon's word to go on, officers needed some way to confirm what he had seen. They scoured through Philemon's car and noticed a dash cam he had installed years earlier. On it, they found footage of the accident, and it was just as bizarre as he described.
Oh my god, look how wobbly that is. Oh! Oh my god! Sorry for screaming, but wow. Look at this. Again. So watch the car go off the cliff in about 10 seconds. 7 seconds. There it is, right there.
The SUV
Wow.
drove across the sandy patch at the edge of the
It
highway,
does.
went airborne, and plunged
Yeah.
straight down the cliff.
No, I agree, Jiro. I could never drive along those cliffs, dude. I mean, I don't know, actually. I know Dead Appalachia went to Oregon, I think. It was Washington or something. Oregon or Washington, and Seattle, I think. And he drove along the coast, and he did a cryptid hunt there. Yeah, the road does look wet. I know, train.
The California
Yeah.
Highway Patrol and Coast Guard quickly launched a massive search
Dude, look how far that is.
operation, with local fire crews and deputies combing the area by land, sea, and air. Later, they found vehicle debris in the water below, but unrelated to that specific SUV. 2 days later, the footage was released to the
Dashcam video shows SUV plunging off a cliff on
public
Highway
and went
1.
viral across the internet. But instead of bringing in leads, it created a new problem. Over the following weeks, people started picking the footage apart frame by frame. Some focused on why Philemon kept driving even after the SUV went over. Others couldn't understand why someone would drive straight off a cliff into the Pacific. And before long, a growing number of people began claiming the video had been deepfaked.
Yeah, I remember that video.
Many just couldn't understand how no trace of the car or driver was found, as if they had just disappeared.
That's
But
crazy.
California Highway Patrol quickly dismissed these claims. Experts like Shamir Alibi, founder of the deep-faked footage detection company Amber Video, also suggested that the footage was
Wow.
most likely real. So then how had a vehicle gone off a cliff in broad daylight and somehow left investigators
Yo, what's up, Malachi? How you doing, man?
with no physical evidence that could tell them who was inside or where the person had disappeared to? Well, something a lot of people didn't take into account was just how drastic the terrain is off this stretch of highway. Just beneath the cliffs are jagged rocks, thick brush, narrow ravines, and violent surf that can hide or pull apart a vehicle within minutes. In many places, once something goes over the edge, it disappears
They got a rescue
into a maze of
team.
coastline that rescuers can barely access even in daylight, which is why it was so surprising when the case actually had a breakthrough.
I feel like
Human
never mind.
remains were found on Montara Beach.
Dude, imagine walking along the beach and you see some remains, man. Wow.
Along with a California driver's license.
That's crazy.
DNA testing confirmed they belonged to 52-year-old Tracy Ivory Sinclair from San Francisco. A later DMV search also showed she was the registered owner of a 2007 Lexus.
Dude, that's not the same car as the one that drove off the cliff. I'm not gonna lie. It's not.
SUV, matching the car in the footage. Her family had filed a missing person report months earlier, and they had been waiting for her the entire time. But even after a name was finally attached to the dashcam footage, officials never determined whether Tracy lost control of the car or drove off the cliff
Her brakes probably failed, is my guess.
deliberately. And
So she tried to make a jump into the water or something.
disturbingly, this isn't the only instance of this. In 2004, a 23-year-old named Jason Afalter drove off this same stretch, and his body was found washed up on the beach days later. Then, in
Jeez.
2017, a 22-year-old went missing on his way to work, and investigators eventually concluded he had driven off the cliff as well.
Wow.
But despite all of this, it took California's Transportation Department until
That could come up as a conspiracy, like leading people to do that. I don't know.
December 2020 to install barriers along the cliffside, and only after years of pressure from the grieving families. As for Tracy Sinclair, all that remains of her final moments is a few seconds of dash
Yeah, that's not the same car as the one they showed earlier.
cam found footage. Millions of
Things I worked out not to be dog walker or logger bodies always turn up around these folks. Yeah, exactly. Guardrail.
people have watched it, but no one knows why she was
Guardrails,
on
yeah.
that road or what happened in the moments before her
Oh yeah, stopping against the guardrails. Exactly. Yeah.
SUV went over that cliff.
Yeah, there wasn't any at all.
On
You can generate a 3D
I mean, it could have been more debris, but I mean, I think that the guardrails probably would have stopped it. Dog, even. Yeah.
model simply by describing it with text. You can also generate models from images.
Skip this ad.
September 16th, 1996, the manager at the Van Buren Plaza apartment complex in Hollywood, Florida, had suspicions that
How many left? We got
something
about
was
like two
wrong with
more
one
left.
of the units in the building. A foul smell had been lingering for at least a day,
Dude.
and now there were complaints of blood seeping through the walls into the apartment below.
Jesus.
So he called the authorities to check on the tenant. When police forced the door open, they found the decomposed
Hey, I gotta check for graphic imaging because of YouTube partner, YouTube demonetization. So give me a second. All right, let me check real quick because I don't want to get demonetized. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. There's graphic, and they didn't even blur it out, dude. No. I'm not doing that. There's a whole cooler filled of it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. What do we got? Anything else that would be interesting? They don't have timestamps on this video, so I don't know. I don't know where to start. What's this one? Oh, shoot. This one seems good, I think. Yeah, demonetization would be bad. That's about all of the video. The rest of it is basically, the rest of it's really just that one guy. Hey, you guys want to watch a Groovy Gavin video? He posted, like, it says 9 minutes ago, but it wasn't. What do you guys think? It's a paranormal YouTuber. If you guys want to watch it, you could. What are you guys thinking? A gaming stream. I eventually maybe might do that. I don't know if I want to do a gaming stream right now, though. Okay, let's do it then. Now this guy, I think he uses AI for his videos. I don't know though. Cause this drone shot is insane. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. There we go. There. Alright, ready? Here we go. I'm lower this a bit so you guys can see the screen more. I might pull it down here. Yeah. There we go. That should work. He's got a weird face on right now. All right, here we go.
Right in this lake, a giant creature was caught on camera just 2 years ago, which is larger than this 12-foot boat.
Now, this, I'm going to be pausing a lot, somewhat. The editing is insane. Now, if I had a drone, I can make this shot and do this editing right here, but the drone is what makes this shot so cool.
Next to it. And this was captured by these two people who I'll be talking with, as well as tons of other experts.
I do have a question for everybody, though. If you guys were wanting to watch a video, I could edit like Groovy Gavin. I have the skills to edit like this. It's pretty fast, though. Do you want me to edit like that? Or like Sam and Colby. Sam and Colby do slow editing, emotional type stuff. What do you guys want to see? Fast editing or emotional, slow editing? I would like to know. What are you guys thinking?
Figure out if this is all a hoax or if there's really a monster in this lake. Or starting at the Lake Champlain Echo Center, where they have a life-size replica and all the evidence that this creature exists. Tell me a little bit about this guy behind us.
So this is our life-size champ.
Do your own stuff. I mean, yeah, but yeah, slow burner pace. Mix it up, either one. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, mix it up, yeah. I think the best ideal thing is to mix it up a bit.
So we don't...
I have an editing style. Just what I've been doing is kind of like, I wasn't being lazy on my videos, but I could definitely spend more time to make it better for you guys. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing. So, yeah. I think if you go for shorter footage, do that. If you got plenty of filming, go for long format. Yeah, so I usually go for film for about 4 to 5 hours every time I film. So I could make the video 15 minutes and be heavily edited, or I could make it really long with like 2 hours.
I don't know exactly how big Champ is, but this is sort of how we imagine Champ.
Dude, look at that comparison. Hold on a minute. Look at that. That's like that's Nessie, kind of, the Loch Ness Monster. And that is what I think they're talking about. That's a lake sturgeon. I've seen that before.
Imagine Champ. Champ is our resident lake monster. So some people think of Champ as sort of the cousin of the Loch Ness Monster. What's interesting is that Champ was actually famous before the Loch Ness Monster.
Interesting. Is this just from the descriptions that people who saw it?
There are descriptions of Champ having silvery, sparkly scales. There are descriptions of Champ having a star on his forehead.
Yeah, long videos, I could do that. And what is this image?
The first
He's saying also.
reported sightings of Champ in the written records start in the early 1800s. And we get about 3 reports in the early 1800s, and then Champ disappears for about 50 years. And then in the 1870s, rail workers all see this huge serpent
Dude, imagine seeing that in the ocean. That would freak me out.
moving through the lake, and a Champ frenzy begins. And we get all of these reports coming in. P.T. Barnum puts out a $50,000 reward. In 1800s dollars, that's a lot of money. But then in 1977, this woman, Sandra Manzi, is out in the lake, and she has her camera, and she sees something. She takes this photo. In 1981, it's released in the New York Times, and that's when sort of modern interest in Champ really explodes. This
Yeah.
really convincing photo comes out. And so this photo was sent to a lab at the University of Arizona, but it's one of the few photos of a cryptid that hasn't been proven to be a hoax.
Now that we got a description of Champ, I want to see if any locals had sightings.
Dude, look at that cinematic footage. That's crazy. Dude's really popping off with his videos at this point. How does he do that? I could do that. That's a blur effect. And then he just focuses it on the mirror itself and adds color grading and filtering. But that's a lot. I could do it, but that shot would take me about an hour to make.
Other than the drone one we'll be looking into later. I'm gonna try to get everybody's description and then I'll draw it for you guys. I'm wondering if you guys know anything about it.
Sure, seen it twice. It has fins on it and it likes to lay in a circle because when it comes out, it coils out like a snake.
Based off her description, I drew the most accurate possible drawing of this creature.
I'm a snake.
Bruh. The aura whale moment, yeah. Dude, that looks like something else, not gonna lie. Alright.
That looks like a sperm.
Okay.
We're trying to get a description of what this thing looks like.
I drew it on like that way.
And you've seen it? Can you give a description of kind of what it looks like?
Kicked its ass.
Oh shoot!
Wait, what?
Chuck Norris over here. He was either trolling us or he's kicked his ass 5 times. What do you think people are seeing then? Like, what's your theory?
Well, I know Tom Scott's Power put a video up on a couple of weeks ago about some kind of movement in the lake.
Yeah, I saw that video. What's like the description
You think it's riftwood floating? It could be, to
you've
be
heard
honest.
of this thing? I'm trying to
Like a
nail it
stick.
down.
That it's like a big snake-like body. I've heard like 20 to 30 feet long.
Wow.
Reptile's head, I guess.
This is what I drew based off what someone else said. She said it like laid in a laid in a spiral. Yeah, but we've heard that this specific area is where the most sightings
It
are.
is, right here in Bulwago Bay.
This is a board of all the sightings just from this specific area.
Hey, do you guys want to know how much Groovy Gavin makes a year off YouTube? I'll show you. Groovy Gavin makes a lot of money off of YouTube. Like, I have an app that shows me. This is just off the viewership, not including brands. He makes $67,000 a month. If you add all that up, that is insane. That's insane.
Of Champ. But this just goes to show you that there are a lot of sightings as far back as 1972, which is kind of crazy. When I first got here, I thought this was just like a little lake, so I was like, this creature can't actually be in here. But it is a absolutely huge lake. Like, I believe it's 125 miles across.
So how long would this creature be? Like, when's the last sighting?
1972. Like the most recent one?
Yeah.
There was one this year.
So how was that creature?
If it's the same one, 65.
We're dealing with a gilf.
You're not saying it's an old guy or old girl. You're specifically saying gilf.
Hold up, Cody said something. Oh shoot, I have to get an adult and entertain people. I have to. Here. Hope you enjoy the live stream again. Hey, I'll see you, Cody. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.
This AI editor will take all of your footage, it will find your mistakes, your pauses, cut them out, and then give you an edited video. So let's put it to the test.
Skip this. Right.
Let's just say my new name is Mr. Beastie.
But out of all of these
Brother.
sightings, there was only one that convinced me. And now I'm gonna talk to the people who captured the footage.
I'm Kelly Tabor, and this is my co-writer, Richard Rossi, and we have the famous drone footage of Champ.
Kelly and Richard were filming a scene for their movie and unknowingly captured the Lake Champlain monster.
Wow.
How far was that from this point?
Well, I would say about halfway between here and the bridge.
Oh wow, that's really close.
I was in the rowboat. We had our drone camera up to get like an aerial shot of the lake, and our boat was just under 12 feet long. And thought, well, then it's like 15 feet long compared to the boat.
Wow.
Some people are like, why didn't you go in closer with the drone? And that wasn't the best drone work. You kind of flew off. We do have more footage of it. I think it's about 12 minutes of it. But, piloting this thing is pretty erratic.
You guys are 100% convinced that that was Champ.
I personally am. I truly believe it was Champ.
I now 1,000% believe it's Champ.
I had my editors confirm that this video hasn't been altered. But that wasn't enough.
Bro had editors? I didn't know that. That's awesome. I have to get one of those eventually because it's so hard doing this editing. I could do it though. It's not very, it just takes a long time.
So Ethan and I went to see if we could recreate it for ourselves. This sighting is almost too unbelievable. I think something fishy's going on here.
It's not just me.
I'm gonna try to recreate the sighting. We have Ethan in a fish costume. I'll go in the kayak so we can get the reference. Take a drone, look down at the water, see if it looks similar. I'm about to hunt this bad boy down just like you can in Trophy Hunter, which by the way, you can earn up to a $500 gift card by playing if you just stay tuned. Yo guys, I think I found the sea monster. The sea monster's coming towards me.
Oh,
Trophy Hunter is a mobile game where you 1v1 another hunter. Each of you guys have 3 rounds where you take turns hunting a certain animal. Die, foul beast. Yo, this beast is...
Dude, this is a goated promotion, dude. Yeah. Yeah, editing is definitely difficult. This is a goated ad sponsor. That's
freaky,
crazy.
bro. The more precise and quick the hunter is, the better score they'll get and beat their opponent. I'm terrible in real life, but I think I'm pretty nasty at the game. I got distracted though. We're supposed to be seeing if this sighting even matches. That
you know, whatever works at this point.
That's a creature. An endeavor gets formed in Trophy Hunter. 20 plus rifles, 14 different arenas, boss hunts. But the part that really got me hooked to the game is clubs. Team up with your friends, climb together, and it's not just you alone in the game anymore. Get away from me. No, what are you doing? Dude, what the hell? The game's already fun enough, but you can win up to a $500 gift card, like I said, just by playing. Once you get to those arenas, copy your player ID, then head to trophyhunterchallenge.com where you can claim your spins. Dude, get away from me. Get away.
It's the idea that counts, yeah.
So if you want to win some gift cards, just scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Enter my code Gavin and just open Trophy Hunter, go to the shop, tap redeem, and then type it in. You get the Beretta BRX rifle plus a stack of Beretta bullets to start with. And let me know in the comments what you guys want. Honestly, I don't think we were fully able to debunk this sighting, but luckily there was still more evidence out there. There was an even more recent sighting from just a few weeks ago. And this
send
is
me
Thomas,
clips of
the man
anything
who
what's he
recorded
edited on Discord,
What I
and I can edit, see my
absolutely
editing.
was
All right,
not
Trent, I will. I will.
I never saw it dive, but obviously it went somewhere when it got to that part.
How big are we like estimating like a fully grown one is?
You know, I've seen strange things out in this lake.
Usually average size is about 15 to 20 feet.
Now, if you're wondering how this lady knows, this is Katie, a local who has been investigating Champ for decades. She's so...
Bro's a champ expert, a cryptid expert.
Deep down this rabbit hole, purchasing tens of thousands of dollars of equipment to capture evidence of the beast that she genuinely believes exists.
The 100-foot long monster stories, that's ridiculous. I mean, I think if people are seeing what they think is 100 feet long, it's probably more than one animal. 35 feet is probably the largest specimen.
What is the biggest, I guess, creature out here?
Sturgeons.
It would be the sturgeon, yeah.
Those get about 7-8 feet?
I think the largest around 7 that they've found washed up.
So you 100% think it's a prehistoric monster?
I honestly do not know
what it is.
With both of these videos showcasing something on the surface of the water, we went with Katie, who uses new technology to actually see under the water.
Jesus.
But Katie dropped a bombshell that could derail this entire investigation.
That's a bullshit story, I can tell you that.
Katie was telling us how Richard's 2024 video was faked.
I now 1000% believe it's Champ.
Like they had mentioned that there was like 12 full minutes, but then that just didn't exist.
We do have more footage of it. I think it's about 12 minutes of it. But piloting this thing is pretty erratic.
Something ain't right, because why the hell all of a sudden it cuts out? There's a bunch of rocks down there.
Expert,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, here. I've flown drones over the lake, over sandbars and rocks, and I said the coloring of that is like a light color. And Champ, do you know what color Champ actually is? Like a blackish color.
Later in this video, I will try to confirm Katie's claim, but for now, we headed out to look for Champ using Katie's underwater detection technology like sonar and a submarine drone.
There's several spots in this area because Lake Champlain's so huge.
So there's never been like any champ attacks?
No, there have not, which
That's
is
good.
really good. There'd be a lot of missing people on the lake if that was the case. They're very docile. They don't seem to bother anyone.
Do you think there are multiple of them?
Absolutely.
I mean, there have to be, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. To sustain a population, scientists think about 30 to 60 breeding pairs.
So what's like, for you, the best evidence that you've seen or gotten?
A couple years ago, I had gone out to an area where I had gotten the sonar, and it's a very central location. And back to the 1800s, there are records of people seeing these animals, especially 2 of them. I went to this spot and I had gotten echolocation again this time, but it was a distinct buzzing sound in between. Echolocation is basically biosonar. So say on a fish finder, okay, your little fish finder, you're putting out a beam of sound to produce an image. So this is my hydrophone system here, used for cetacean research.
She got the whole setup. See that box right there? I want one of those. I'll probably get one eventually. It's a waterproof case, and if it falls in water, you can do stuff with it. It's got foam padding. I'll put camera gear in there eventually, so.
Used for cetacean research. Let's give it a shot, throw it in, and see what we can hear.
Let's do it.
All right.
What do you think it sounds like, Ethan?
Sick.
Probably like a little bit of...
Bro.
Someone order a college degree program? There's a
Another
college
ad.
in there. Hey,
of
I
course.
just deliver life upgrades. Sign here.
All right, we got about,
that was pretty good.
The timestamp on the video is 10:22 out of 15:18. There we go. So
good.
Wait, really? Is that accurate?
That was really
10
good.
minutes.
Yeah, I might be one, bro.
Yeah, for real. What the?
We found Champ right there.
And now, for the first time in my life, I might actually hear Champ.
It's like the Estes method.
Yeah, just a lot of water right now. We were only able to hear static, but then the captain quickly told us to look at the sonar and then showed us this.
There's Champ right there. We've been looking for years. We found him finally.
So that big thing, that great.
This is fake. It's gotta be fake.
Yeah, that's
big
the
creature.
that is the greener it is, the denser it is. So that's him. See his fin coming down? So that's him. Now he's following us. He's actually swimming. There's a fin comes down, then another fin comes down. Now he's stopping again.
A 20 foot?
So
I don't believe this.
sorry. I don't believe in Champ at all.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
I've been
fine.
on the lake for 40 years, okay?
I didn't really know what was going on, but Katie still had even more equipment to try, which made me realize how seriously she's taking this, even if the captain didn't. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this thing underwater. This is basically an underwater submarine with a camera on it, so that instead of just seeing the surface like we're...
Dude, at this point, it's giving me some Nautica vibes. We should play that one day. Not on this channel. Maybe a gaming channel or something. I don't know. It's a great game.
Seeing now, we can...
I beat it multiple times. It's great.
See underwater and maybe find this...
Dude, we might be able to play it. It's a horror game. I just remembered that. And it's got somewhat of monsters in it. We could play that. We'll do that eventually.
And even with the underwater drone, the water was just too murky to capture anything.
I'm gonna keep this down here.
And after using the underwater drone a little bit, unfortunately, we weren't able to see too well under the lake, except for these cool fish.
Also, why do you think they never been like crazy evidence has ever been caught of them yet?
They've been here for thousands.
Zero bag, zero bag, zero bag. I don't know, bro. I remember doing Subnautica on that channel. Dude, that was great. Snow's Ark, I missed the channel, but nah, I seriously do. Not like the original one where I did Subnautica. Not the one where I did that Mr. Beast type stuff. I don't know, man. I can't go back to it. I have to stick with one channel. So if I am going to do something, I'll have to do it on this one. I'll do horror games, I guess, maybe. If you guys want. What do you guys think on horror games? I could do them. I could schedule something, a schedule of the day. What are you guys thinking?
Of years for a reason. They're extremely resilient and they've eluded capture for that amount of time. It's just a survival tactic, so to speak.
I mean, Train did mention doing gaming, so I might have to. So, yeah.
And I think they spend most of their time at the bottom of the lake and possibly in these caves.
All right, so we just got off the boat. We didn't get anything crazy, unfortunately, but we found out probably the craziest...
You have a point, Zero Bag. I could make a second channel, like where a gaming channel for this channel. So I guess
thing
reacts. I could do reacts on this channel. This channel, the reactions don't affect anything, so I could do that. But gaming is this whole separate genre.
Craziest thing yet. Most believable video that exists. The people we talked to yesterday, yeah, it's all most likely kept. So we're gonna go go to where that is, but if we do take off the drone, if we do see the rock, they would have to know, right? No, they would have to know, because they only cut 10 seconds out of it. And she mentioned that he has a shady past, which we want to look into. Oh, dude, we're gonna actually...
Hold on, let's go back. I want to read that.
Want to look into...
Murder trial. A pastor faces attempted murder trial. Look up there. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, we're gonna actually have enemies after this video. We have to go back to that spot and...
Alright, see you, Zero.
And see if that rock is there. That's like the biggest thing. I'm starting to think this creature isn't real, dude. With no solid proof, there was only one thing left to do. We have to fly a drone to see if we can recreate the sighting from 2024. I could see them taking it off right here.
Yeah.
Like, look. Oh, a great place to fly a drone.
Where that boat is kind of like where they were.
Oh, yeah. We'll use the drone to try to find the rock that Kitty told us about.
Oh, he's got the DJI.
Okay, I'm trying my best to match it up to this shot. We found a rock. We found a rock.
The rock?
Could be the rock. It looks way darker, but it's really easy to spot. Which Katie said it would be peeking out more because the water's lower. It's a lot fainter than the other rock. Like it blends in more, but that's kind of how it looks in their video. I'm just trying to match up the horizon as best as possible because if we can match that up, then
I could do a vote in Discord or something.
We should be able to just like pan down and look and it'll be the rock. Okay, so this is like the horizon shot. This looks good. But when I look down at this rock, it's angled down like this. And in their video, it's angled up like this. But I have the horizon correct. But I'm sure there's other rocks in this area. I can't say that it's that rock for sure. But regardless what it is, it literally looks the same. Like it's tilted the same way. Really convenient that they noticed it was there 2 years later when they were gonna release the movie. I really, really do think it was it. I saw something in the water, similar shape. I think we debunked fully the 2024 sighting.
You didn't debunk it, but it isn't real.
Well, the most convincing sighting I think was definitely a rock. The other sighting, I think...
No hate against Groovy Gavin. He's got great stuff, but you know, I don't think that this is real at all. So
I think it was just some sort of animal, and nothing else really convinced me 100% that there's a giant lake creature in this lake. It is.
But yeah, that was that video. That was pretty sick. You guys want to see anything else, or you guys kind of hanging out here? You want to talk or something? I mean, I gotta get up and get ready for the video, to be honest with you. I have a new light. I'll show you that. This is a cool light here. It's very bright, very bright. I'll be using that in videos so you guys can see at nighttime now. It's a cinematography light. So it will help out a lot with the videos. So, yeah, that'll be great. I don't know. I might have, let me check and see if there's anything I could show you guys that might be interesting to show you. I don't know. Well, so, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm looking at the chat right now. What do you guys think of me doing this more often? It gives me a lot of watch time hours though, which is a good thing. It means I can go full time eventually. But you know, I really like making these videos. I remember my grandpa told me a story of him destroying the ecosystem when he was 11 because he released his pet goldfish into a lake or something, and it grew to be an apex predator. Like, how many feet long? 3. Jesus. But God, definitely do more streams. Yeah, I could do more. 100%. I might, sorry to say, might have to end the stream, dude. I have to go to the restroom and a few other things. But hey, I appreciate everybody watching. This was a great stream. We peaked up to about 10 viewers, 9 or 10. So that's my record for any stream I've ever done. So, oh, what's up, Zero Bag? We're about to end the stream, man. Just talking about random stuff. But, hey, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you later. I'm going to put on the music.